This week on Wildcat News, we talk about Black History Month.
We learn more about students' opinions on dress codes.
And we talk with a teacher who has recently won a special award.
All these stories and more coming up because Wildcat News starts now.
Good morning, West Johnston. I'm Allison Wade.
And I'm Caleb Patterson.
February 1st marks the beginning of Black History Month. Anaya Cox reports.
Since 1976, the month of February has been recognized as Black History Month. It is an annual celebration of achievements by African Americans and a time to recognize their roles in history. Sophomore Whitley Neesmith explains why she feels February does not represent Black history.
It's a month that nobody really talks about. This February. Like, don't everybody's think about Valentine's Day, and it slips people's mind. Nobody's gonna think about Black History Month. They're gonna think about who they're gonna be with on Valentine's Day, what they're gonna do. It's crazy.
Junior Deasia Yates shares why she feels learning about Black history should be more important.
I just feel like we should know more about it, more in depth. Everyone should be able to learn about like different races, and Black History Month should be a bigger thing than it is.
Sophomore Layla McKay recognizes Black historical figures that have influenced and encouraged her.
Tupac's mom, Afena Shakur, taught me to speak my mind. Dorothy Vaughan, she was in the space race. She makes me feel like I want to try my best in math, because going to space is not easy, and going into the medical field isn't easy. That's a lot of math.
What are your opinions on Black History Month? I'm Anaya Cox, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Anaya. Dress code policies and guidelines have been up for debate for years. Allison Wade reports.
Fashion is a popular form of expression for some teenagers, but sophomore Ashlyn Boone shares how school dress codes could be affecting their choices.
The dress codes now restrict a lot of people's freedom as far as fashion choices go, and I believe that a lot of people would be willing to come to school more dressing how they would want to, but with the dress code in place, it kind of just blocks them from all their creativity with fashion and all that. 3 inches above the knee and all that stuff. I think that it should be, as long as it's not too provocative or anything, but who's to decide that, you know?
Junior Aiden Miller shares how he feels dress code can be unfair.
Most of the rules are girls can't wear shorts this length, girls can't wear straps this thin. And there's one about guys and pants, and then there's a couple of that are just neutral, but they don't think that we can handle being around girls not exactly being fully covered, so to speak.
Boone talks about how dress codes could be creating gender bias in schools.
It's towards the girls that go to school, whether it's explicit or not in the dress code. It's very obvious that girls have less options when it comes to their clothes, and even with the dress code, guys still get away with a lot more than girls would.
So what do you think about dress code? I'm Allison Wade, Wildcat News. Julian Baca looks into a recent incident that occurred in the Media Center.
On January 21st, an incident occurred that caused the Media Center to shut down for the day. Media coordinator Anissa Holmes shares what happened.
There's a water heater up in the ceiling they were working on, so when they disconnected the pipe, the water that was inside the water heater came down into the library. So it was coming down through some of the ceiling panels along the computer wall. So the first thing that we did really was come out here, make sure the students were cleared, and then unplugged everything and kind of got that stuff out of the way. But just a huge deluge of water, big flood on the floor, and it seemed like it lasted probably 2 minutes or so. The water was coming out of the ceiling.
I'm Julian Baca, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Julian. Should students be involved with politics? Catherine Green reports.
With the recent events occurring in our government, should students be informed and be allowed to participate in politics?
Senior Stephen Costa, president of the Young Republicans Club, explains what he feels is the purpose of a political party club in high school.
The idea of having it in high school is just to kind of foster political discussion now. That way, in a couple years, if you do have freshmen, sophomores who are just getting into high school and seeing the different political organizations that we may have, that they may begin to formulate their own opinions and ideas. And obviously, I suggest that everybody look at different points of view, because they may agree with one point of view and may agree with another. But I definitely think it kind of just helps them kind of prepare for a couple years in the future.
Junior Hayden Hunter explains why he feels politics should be brought up in high school.
I think it is a good way to lead them into what's coming up of us, to go to college, not to go to college, whatever. I think it prepares us for kind of what being an adult's like.
Costa offers advice to anyone choosing a political party.
Definitely look at both or all different parties. Don't just take your parents or your friends or whatever or siblings' views and run with them because they may not necessarily agree. Down the road, I found that a lot of the views of my parents differ from mine. I would say definitely look into the different parties before you make a solid decision on, I definitely want to be in, a Republican or a Democrat or an independent or, whatever it may be.
Hunter describes why he feels students should have a voice.
I think it's important for students to have a voice in their school because it allows them to express themselves and then affect their community through that.
I'm Catherine Green, Wildcat News.
Thanks, Catherine. A teacher recently received the Leading with a Heart Award. Kayla Patterson reports.
Every year in North Carolina, teachers are given awards to commemorate them for their attitude in class.
This year, CTE teacher Frank Clark was one of Johnston County's Leading with the Heart Award recipients and shares what the award is about.
Leading with the Heart Award has to do with our service to the students and to other teachers and faculty and so forth, things that we do out of compassion or service, and so that's why I like that award, because it strikes to why I'm here teaching at West Johnston.
CTE teacher Amanda Fisher shares what she feels Clark did to receive the award.
The Leading with a Heart Award is for teachers who do something extra for the kids, not just do their regular job of teaching. So Miss Clark does that. She does clubs, she does DECA and FBLA. She stays after school to help them prepare for that. She also took on 2 extra classes last semester to help kids get certified in Microsoft Word and PowerPoint. That is something that she didn't have to do. That is something that she volunteered to do.
Clark explains her motivation and what kept her going through the year.
I've got a drawer full of letters that I've gotten from students, emails that I've gotten from students that I made a difference. And so when you make that difference, that's what makes teaching worthwhile. And I've never done so much at the other schools that I've been at before as I have here at West Johnston. So I think it has to do with the vibe and what everybody's doing here that made me want to do as much as I have here.
I'm Kayla Patterson, Wildcat News. Well, that's all for us this week. If you have any comments, questions, or story leads, email us at wjstudentmedia@gmail.com or send us a tweet at wjstudentmedia.
And if you want to watch Wildcat News at home, on the go, or catch up on past episodes, go to wjstudentmedia.com or subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Allison Wade.
And I'm Caleb Patterson.
Thanks for watching and have a great week.